Sometimes it just feels like put the camera away. Just be here with this space.
I want to start by saying I didn't expect to love this building as much as I did. Over the course of my life, I've had the extreme honour of visiting many amazing places, whether that's the pyramids of Egypt, the Colosseum, the Acropolis, Cambodia, Machu Picchu, Budapest, so many amazing places. I wasn't really ready for the Grand Mosque. I didn't really know much about it before we went to Abu Dhabi, and I definitely wasn't expecting the Grand Mosque to be so, well, grand. I truly was in awe of this building. Honestly, it felt like every time I said to myself, okay, I'm just going to put the camera away now. I'm just going to enjoy this marvelous place. It seemed like the building was almost beckoning me or calling to me and saying, look, just give me a few more minutes. Just take the camera out again. Capture this angle. See how beautiful I am here. It was almost like it demanded me to play with it, demanded me to film it. As you enter the complex of the mosque, you're first greeted by a shopping mall and a food court. We did stop off there for a quick bite to eat, but I'll say it really wasn't worth reporting on. After you pass the shopping mall and the security checkpoint, you're funneled into a long hallway with these enormous travelators. The walls are lined with this beautiful artwork. These are pictures of the Prime Minister, or tessellating patterns, or some of the photos of when they were first constructing this enormous undertaking. There's also many photos and many mosaic designs of the mosque's theme. See if you can guess what that is as we go along. This mosque is also one of the few that I've heard of that actually welcomes in non-Muslims. All throughout the mosque you see signs of diversity and all are welcome, giving back to humanity. They do still insist that ladies cover their head. Ladies, looking fine. In 1994, Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan commissioned the mosque. And I apologise, I am sure I am butchering that name. And I gotta say, can you imagine that first conversation that he had with his architecture or designer when they were first getting ready to build that? I can imagine the architect saying something along the lines of, okay Sheikh, I'm happy to build that for you. What is the budget on that, sir? Budget? What's a budget? In the end, the mosque ended up costing some $700 million US and was opened December 2007. Unfortunately, the Sheikh never got to see the mosque completed as he passed away in November 2004. These columns, there's 1,096 of them, all with these floral handmade works of art. More than 20,000 panels are used here. None of this was computer designed. None of these are made on factory lines. All of these are handmade by truly skilled artisans that were masters of their trade. Speaking of concrete, there was some 220,000 cubic meters of concrete used on this building. And before they started laying that concrete, engineers needed to work out how to get that concrete to dry evenly in the desert and a high salt environment. Phase 1 of that assembly, that concrete structure, took approximately 7 years, which included the dome that stands 70 meters high on its own. This courtyard here is over 17,000 square meters, with pure white marble and marble inlay laid over the top. Speaking of marble, there's approximately 120,000 square meters of marble. They sought out the most pure white marble anywhere on the planet, taking from areas like Italy, Macedonia, China, and created these jigsaw puzzles of marble to go over the concrete. They hired the help of contractor Lorenzo Calzoni. His company is famous for working with Gianni Versace on some of their hotels and boutiques, which is famous for their marble and mosaic inlay. He used to often say, no one is building new monolithic structures. No one is going out and building the pyramids or places like Machu Picchu or Angkor Wat. I used to say, no one is building beauty for the sake of beauty on a grand scale. And to be fair, for the most part I was right, as long as you exclude the United Arab Emirates in that. This building features the world's largest chandelier, is over 15 meters high and 10 meters wide, weighing over 12 tons. The damn thing even has an internal staircase, I guess for changing LED lights and maintenance. Approximately 40 million Swarovski crystals were used in this chandelier, inlaid in the stainless steel and gold-plated brass. The carpet that you were looking at was assembled in 9 separate pieces and is the largest carpet in the world. It is 5,700 square meters. 1,200 women handmade this piece of artwork. It's calculated there's over 2.5 billion knots. When they went to assemble the 9 separate pieces, which were made in Iran and shipped over to Abu Dhabi, 50 specialists were flown in to sew those 9 pieces together. This work took approximately 4 months just to sew the carpet together. In the main chamber, the main focal point here is the prayer wall, and 99 names of Allah can be seen written on this wall. The marble that's used here is a slightly warmer colour, a slightly warmer milky colour. Like I say, I truly fell in love with this building. I believe at the time of completion was one of the largest in the world, maybe the 3rd largest. In November 2004, the Sheikh passed away. He never actually got to see his vision completed. This building truly is a wonder of the world when you understand just how much goes into it, just how much went into the construction of it. By the way, did you guess the theme of the mosque? This building was built out in the desert, and you can imagine when they started, they didn't have electricity, they didn't have running water, they didn't have air conditioning. You can imagine the hurdles they must have overcome just to keep people hydrated, just to keep people from not passing out from heat stroke. The medical tents that were set up to deal with people that did pass out from heat stroke. Throughout my time in the United Arab Emirates, 2 things stuck out in my memory as the most vivid, the most amazing things that we saw over there. One of those was this mosque. Number 2, Oman, and the tour of the fjords that we took. You can check that out in this video just up here. It should be displaying on your screen somewhere. And look, If you've made it this far in the video, like and subscribe for more. His company have worked with the likes of Gio Versace. Gio Versace?
I swear each time I go to put the camera away, it's like she says, "Hey, did you catch me from this angle? I'm beautiful here." Okay, that sounded weird. But it's true.
Swarovski. Of course, they've gone to Swarovski. The crystals used in here were Swarovski. I can't say that fucking word. Swarovski. Come on.
We are looking at how to pronounce the name of this famous brand. This is an Austrian producer of glass that has existed as a family-owned business since its founding in 1895 by Daniel Swarovski. How do you go about pronouncing it in English? Swarovski. 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 Pretty straightforward once you know. Swarovski Jewelry Company. Swarovski. Here are more videos.
Approximately 40 million Swarovski crystals. Swarovski. Approximately 40 million Swarovski crystals were used in this chandelier. Meh, close enough.